My landlord arrived with an eviction notice on Christmas morning until I mentioned I'd been receiving his mail for 6 months and knew exactly why his wife left. His face went pale. The envelope dropped slightly in his hand. "You don't know what you're talking about," he said, but his voice cracked. I knew exactly what I was talking about. It started in July when his mail started getting mixed with mine. At first, I'd just leave it outside his door. Credit card statements, utility bills, the usual stuff. Then I started noticing patterns. Bank statements showing wire transfers to an account in Florida. Hotel receipts from places 3 hours away. Charges to restaurants I knew his wife would never eat at because she was vegan, and these places specialized in steakhouses. I'm not proud of reading his mail, but when you're 3 months behind on rent because your hours got cut and your car died and you're eating ramen twice a day, you start looking for leverage anywhere you can find it. The letters from the law firm confirmed it. Divorce proceedings initiated by Delilah Patterson. His wife's name was on our lease agreement, so I remembered it. The paperwork cited adultery and financial misconduct. There were bank records showing he drained their joint savings, $47,000 gone in 4 months. The attorney's notes mentioned a woman named Beatrice in Tampa and weekend trips charged to credit cards his wife didn't know existed. When December hit and I still couldn't make rent, I knew he'd come eventually. I'd been preparing for this conversation for weeks, rehearsing it in my head while scrubbing tables at the diner. What I didn't expect was Christmas morning. "Who serves an eviction notice on Christmas? You have 30 days, he said, holding out the paper. I've been patient long enough. That's when I said it. Mentioned the mail. His entire demeanor shifted. "Those are federal documents," I continued calmly. "Accidentally delivered to the wrong address. I've been holding them safely, waiting to return them." The lie came easily because technically it was true. I had been holding them, just not safely in a drawer like a good neighbor. I couldn't help but notice some concerning details. "Your wife's attorney seems very thorough." He sat down on my couch without asking. Put his head in his hands. "She took everything," he whispered. "The house, the cars, half my business. I need this rental income to survive." I almost felt bad for him. Almost. Then I remembered the notice. Remembered that he'd raised my rent twice this year while I was drowning. "Here's what's going to happen," I said, surprised by my own voice. "I'm 4 months behind. That's $3,200. I can pay you $400 a month for 8 months, and my regular rent on top of that." He started to protest. "Or," I continued, "I can mention to Delilah's lawyer that you've been hiding rental income. Pretty sure the divorce settlement didn't account for this property, did it?" His silence confirmed everything. The building wasn't in his name, probably his brother's or his father's. A way to hide assets during the split. "You're blackmailing me," he said. "I'm negotiating," I corrected. "There's a difference." We sat there for 10 minutes. Finally, he nodded. "Fine, but you miss one payment and I don't care what you know." He left without another word. I spent Christmas afternoon organizing all his mail into a folder, documenting everything with photos. Insurance, my dad always said, is worth more than gold. 3 weeks later, an envelope arrived addressed to me. Inside was a check for $200 and a note. Delilah settled. Keeping the building wasn't worth the fight. "New landlord takes over next month? Thought you'd want a head start on moving costs?" No signature. I deposited the check that afternoon and started packing. Some victories don't feel like winning, but at least I'd have first and last month's rent for the next place.